welcome to BrotoGP. This is an emergency episode coming at you only on YouTube because Jonas Folger's not freaking racing in MotoGP next year. So, yes, Kevin, exactly. So we got a very short video. We're going for less than 10 minutes here. This is going to be good. This is the top 5 people that should replace Jonas Folger. Not likely will replace Jonas Folger, should. And you will find out why we're explicitly saying should here in a little bit. In the bottom right-hand corner is Kevin. You can see him down there. There's, wait, that's George. He does not stand out on your couch. I feel like
he's the least photogenic cat you've ever seen. He's like a black hole of picture taking.
It's great.
Right.
You haven't seen this guy here off to my right before. This is Dennis.
There he is, the master. The fucking sensei, the fucking Broto sensei.
Dennis is the originator of BrotoGP. He's essentially the one that convinced us to go through all of this for you people to first listen to and now watch. But all right.
And then I abandoned him.
Yes, and then he abandoned him. He doesn't even. This is his first time recording with us in months.
Right. So I'm Kevin. That's Dennis, and that is Lou Diamond Phillips.
I am Rob. You should know that already. My voice is always the one that starts us off. But all right, so let's get started. Top 5 people that should replace Jonas Folger.
Hold the horses, because we had this idea yesterday, and we were going to do it, and we had to move, and who was supposed to be our straight number 1, decided that he would go randomly break his arm. Ben Elbows Spies. It made the most sense in the world. He's our honorable mention for this top 5 list. He rode for Tech 3. He had multiple podiums with them. He's looking to return to racing. Maybe he doesn't, he's not going to, he couldn't get to ride for Ducati in Moto America. He couldn't get the money he was asking for. You ride 1 season for Tech 3. You get back on the horse. You make some money for Monster. You have an American in the series. And there's like basically your resume. That's his tune-up fight dog, Muhammad Ali style. But instead, he decided he would go and break his arm because he's going to ride enduro with a bunch of like 43-year-old dads. And so Ben Spies, honorable mention, should have been number 1. He lost his edge, turned in his wings, and now these top 5 riders are potential number 1s.
All right, Kev, give us number 5.
My number 5 is a surprise entry, Danny motherfucking Kent.
What?
Right?
What?
Hear me out.
Whoa.
First off, if he gets the ride, he can go for the trifecta of riding Moto 3, Moto 2, and MotoGP in the same 12-month period. I don't know if anyone can say that or not, but I'm just saying. But think back. Remember when Herb was talking about how he was actually looking at Moto 3 riders to move up, and then he couldn't get one before he signed the other guys in 2016? That was Danny Kent. Danny Kent is the long rumor that they wanted to bring up after those high-end seasons he had in Moto 3 riding for the Leopard energy team. And I'm just saying, he's already rode. He's basically the journeyman. Last year he rode for like 3 different teams. Why not make it 4? Why not make it 3 different series in 1 calendar year? Let's get it done. Danny Kent is my 5th rider that should be riding for Tech 3 for this 1 season.
I mean, he's got a contract in Moto 2. He's going to be on a speed up next year. Like, it's not like a super high profile team. And we know that contracts don't mean shit. So...
Right. Tech 3 and Monster will buy him out of that so fucking fast. If they want to get someone that at least has some profile, that at least has some name recognition, he was a champion, they're going to stick him on that bike, let him ride it for a year. They're going to put most of their resources and energy into Zarco, and Kent's going to be the second bike. He gets them the British, talent and all of that stuff, and he brings some interest along the way.
I was going to bring that up. So you're saying we need more Brits in MotoGP? So that's what you're saying? All right. All right, moving on. My number 4 is Cameron Beaubier. Cameron Beaubier, of course, a AMA Superbike champion. Kev is doing his American flag stance down there. Yeah.
These colors don't run.
So we have 1 American in the paddock next year, Joe Roberts in Moto 2, but that is nothing like having a possibly competitive American in MotoGP, right? Nicky Hayden moved over to World Superbike, and then God rest his soul, we lost him over there too, and we need someone back to sell those tickets to COTA. We need someone in MotoGP. Cameron Beaubier he is the most experienced of the Moto America talent and the Americans, right? He has experience with factory level crew chiefs and factory level engineers. He has experience with factory level electronics. He has ridden the World Superbike Yamaha before, and he got I'm pretty sure it was a 10th place, even though after he screwed up around the first race, but in the second race he got 10th, right? Cameron Beaubier is the full package for someone to go over to MotoGP and actually put in a solid attempt or solid performances, right?
Same team, similar sponsors.
I think that's why I'm a little bit surprised that it's only number 4 on your list, but that's your list, so that's fine.
You'll see why. I mean, partially the order is affected by the fact that Kevin and I wanted to alternate a little bit on this, but and I would have put him a little bit higher.
Kevin and I want to alternate on this title. Rob Sex.
Oh man, not the kind of sandwich I want to be in, but thank you.
Yeah, it's Eiffel Tower. It's an Eiffel Tower, bro, because we're talking about the French team. There's a little line in the middle. Me and Rob connect hands. Bada bing, bada boom.
So there is
number 3.
Number 3.
Hold on. Let me finish number 4. There is one problem with Cameron Beaubier, and it's the fact that factory Yamaha needs him in America to beat Tony Elias. So will he be the replacement in MotoGP? Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
Moving on. Number 3.
Number 3 is my pick. It's a pick with a bit of controversy, but I'll say it anyway. I'm just going to throw it out there. Are you ready, Dennis? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Kevin Schwantz.
I have to look for like a prop hand just so I can have like 3 face palms, you know what I mean?
Right.
Going on?
Right.
Yeah.
And I want Kevin Schwantz for one reason. If you listen to our last episode, the full-length episode 82, Team Bosses, Collusion, all that, you will have heard that I am not the biggest fan of Senior Schwantz. So I want him on that bike. So when he sucks balls, does terribly, and his team boss talks a bunch of shit about him, everyone says they never should have signed him, and everyone says that they got to find a new rider for next year, he'll realize that doesn't exactly motivate your talent, dog. So if you've got factory riders that you're looking to get doing well, that you're looking to get back on the horse after some time off or not doing so well, and suddenly there's George, suddenly you realize that's probably not the best way you want to motivate your fucking talent. So quit talking shit about Iannone because it's your job to bring him up. And if you were to ride maybe even one fucking session on a Yamaha Tech 3 bike, you'd realize how ridiculously talented and insanely competitive this season and this group of riders are. So shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I don't think I have any response for this or any. I mean, I didn't realize that bringing that up in the last episode was going to keep going for more than just that episode. We did 2 hours last time, and now you're going another 10 minutes.
I got to do it. Yeah, exactly. Title of Rob Sex Tape. We did 2 hours. Yes. Now you're going another 10 minutes.
That's the director's cut right there. Extended edition.
All right. Moving on to number 2.
Moving on to actual people who should ride the bike.
Yeah. So I did think about giving you like a 3A and a 3B for that one, but no, we're going straight to number 2. Number 2 for me is Xavi Vierge. And a lot of people are just like, who? So, huh?
Maybe so if you say the name right, they'll know who you're talking about.
Come on, that's better than Nick Harris did all season. All right,
it's tolerable, so you get
it's tolerable. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, go back and watch the Motegi round of Moto2 from last year, and Xavi Vierge put the Tech 3 bike on the box. So there are a couple of things to notice here. One, he rode the Tech 3 bike, which is the same team that Beaubier and GP. Hervé Poncharal and the whole Tech 3 and Moto2 crew tried really hard to keep him in that team, but he has since signed for someone riding a Suitor. Who is it? Who is he supposed to be? He's riding for Dynavolt. So he took Sandro Cortese's ride. But the whole reason why Xavi Vierge was able to get a supposedly better ride while having pretty much mediocre results in Moto2, except for that one podium, is because the whole paddock believes in him. They've worked with him. They think that he can be a solid rider, and other teams have invested in him, right? Hervé already knows this. He just wasn't able to keep him at the team because the Moto2 team doesn't really have that much money. So if Tech 3
and the bike sucks. I mean,
yeah, they don't have the money to build a better bike, and they don't have the money to get better riders.
Right, and unlike the Bradley Smith situation where you realize 1 or 2 podiums gives you basically 10-year tenure in MotoGP if you did it on a Tech 3 Moto2 bike, is that Xavi there was no clear path for him to move up. He had the Tech 3 team already had a star rider in Zarco and a potential star in Folger. There was nowhere for him to go. This Tech 3 ride wasn't going to lead to some magical chance at the paddock if he's able to somehow get results out of this mediocre bike.
And
but
now it might.
Now it might.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So I just looked up Xavi right now. All right. So since you have Xavi and Danny at the same list, let me make this a political question. Does GP need another Spanish rider or another British rider?
Since we're making this a political question, I just want to let everyone know I was prepared for this, and I'm currently wearing socks with Mitt Romney on them. These are my Mitt Romney socks. These socks are when we've got to make the hard-hitting decisions, when we've got to really decide what passports we're interested in, how much money we want to spend, if we think healthcare is worth giving people, or if we want them dying in the streets.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Too political. We don't have much time left.
Exactly.
I don't think it matters. I think that they're going to find the replacement that best suits the team. Passport doesn't matter one bit. So I
can't remember the last time Tech 3 had a Spanish rider.
Right. But passport, Tech 3, my man.
Beautiful.
My man. Yeah, or my man. The reason passports, like Rob said, probably don't really matter in this kind of emergency situation is why Cam is not as high on the list as Xavi. Because despite the fact that an American would be great to have in the series and he would sell tickets and get more eyes on it, hopefully, the reality is in this kind of situation, that might not be something they're, super interested in.
Yeah.
But at one point, Tech 3 had 2 American riders.
Correct.
Yes,
they did.
I don't even know this.
Spies and Colin Edwards.
No, we're moving on.
Okay, yeah, he's moving on because we're keeping the list tight. Number 1, Dennis leaves. I don't know where he went.
By the way, Dennis is in his man cave. Give us the number 1, Kev.
Yes, our consensus number 1 for me and Rob. We each got 2 choices plus, and then number 1, Michael Vandermark.
Mikey Mike. Michael Vandermark he's an easy choice, right? He's ridden the bike before. He has really solid results on some lacking machinery and World Superbike. He knows quite a bit more of the tracks than Cameron Beaubier does, right? He's not a World Superbike champion, right? He's World Super Sport champion. But that's better than Danilo Petrucci.
Right. It's on par with Cal.
And do we have any other Dutch people in MotoGP right now?
No.
Oh, I was waiting. Yeah, I was waiting for the no.
No.
So, I mean, some people might say, well, if MotoGP signed an American, they would probably sell more tickets than if Michael Vandermark, a Dutch person, was there because Aston already sells out. But at the same time, you can't always bank on that building market. You go with what works. Having a Dutch person, a Nederlander, ride in GP will be good for the sport.
And the reality is, he's factory Yamaha already, so it's an easy changeover. He's already ridden for the team. He has rapport with Herve. He has rapport with the team. He knows what's going on. Like you said, he knows most of the tracks. He's used to traveling. None of this is going to change his world, really. He's just going to some different destinations. The reality is his paycheck is getting signed by the same people, and he's just getting moved laterally, to different middle management. You know what I mean? So, the real question is, Herve is going to have to dig deep and pick the best rider he could possibly choose. Are we getting my references here? No one's getting that reference? All right. Fuck you guys. Anyway, that's our top 5
Wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Beaubier. Come on, Rob.
All right, everyone.
To reiterate, Speed's honorable mention.
No. I have my number 1. I get to have my number 1 pick.
You get
right
10
there.
seconds. Okay, that's it.
That's my number 1 pick. Yeah.
That's your number 1. We did say should. Him coming back would probably be very good for the sport. Would sell a lot of tickets. Yep. It might be tickets for the over 40 crowd, but it would sell a lot of tickets.
Oh, snap.
Dennis ain't that old. I'm just playing. All right, everyone. I think we failed miserably at the under 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Who knows?
Yeah, no.
It was like 12. But expect more of these short videos from us. Subscribe on YouTube because
and subscribe.
Yeah, there you go. Like, share, and subscribe because we will be making plenty more of these. And leave us some comments, too. I know we left tons of racers out, but leave us comments on who you think should ride for Tech 3 and who you think will ride for Tech 3, because they are very different things. All right, everyone. Peace. Thanks for listening.
Peace.